Did you know that using the wrong engine oil could destroy your BMW's Valvetronic system in under 30,000 miles? We're talking about a repair that costs $3,500 to $5,000, all because of an oil mistake most owners don't even know they're making. And it's not just about viscosity. The wrong oil formulation can clog Vanos solenoids, damage timing chain tensioners, and leave your engine starving for proper lubrication. I've worked on BMWs for years, and I've seen perfectly maintained cars suffer catastrophic failures simply because the owner trusted the wrong oil. So if you're serious about protecting your investment, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because today I'm breaking down the exact engine oil mistakes that are quietly destroying BMW engines and how to avoid them. Here's what most BMW owners don't understand. Modern BMW engines aren't like the cars your grandfather worked on. These power plants run extremely tight tolerances, operate at higher temperatures, and demand specific oil formulations that meet BMW's long life standards. Pour in the wrong stuff, even if the viscosity looks right on the bottle, and you're setting yourself up for expensive problems down the road. The N20, N55, B48, B58, S55, and even the older N52 engines all have unique lubrication requirements. Skip the proper spec and you'll deal with timing chain wear, turbo failures, rod bearing issues, and Vanos problems that could have been completely avoided. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1, using non-approved oil specifications. The biggest mistake BMW owners make is assuming that any synthetic 5W30 or 0W40 will work fine. It won't. BMW requires oils that meet specific long life specifications, LL01, LL04, or LL14, depending on your engine and model year. These aren't just marketing labels. They represent actual performance standards that protect your engine's complex systems. Here's why this matters. BMW long-life oils contain specific additive packages designed to handle extended oil change intervals, high operating temperatures, and the unique demands of Vanos variable valve timing systems. Regular synthetic oils, even expensive ones from major brands, don't always include these additives in the right concentrations. I've seen N55 engines with perfectly clean oil that still developed Vanos rattle because the owner used Mobil 1 0W40 instead of a BMW LL01 approved formula. The viscosity was correct, but the additive package wasn't designed for BMW's timing system. The result? Solenoids clogged with deposits, sluggish valve timing response, and eventually a $2,000 repair bill. Always check the oil bottle for BMW long life approval. It should be printed clearly on the label, not just meets BMW standards, but actually lists LL01, LL04, or whichever spec your engine requires. If you're not sure which spec you need, check your owner's manual or the oil cap under the hood. Most BMW engines from 2001 onward use LL01 for gasoline engines without diesel particulate filters. And here's something dealers won't always tell you. Just because an oil is expensive doesn't mean it's approved. I've seen owners spend $80 on premium racing oils that didn't meet BMW long life standards. Save yourself the trouble. Stick with approved formulas from brands like Liqui Moly, Castrol Edge Professional, Pennzoil Platinum Euro, or Mobil 1 ESP. Mistake number 2, following extended oil change intervals blindly. BMW's condition-based service system will tell you that oil changes are needed anywhere from 10,000 to 15,000 miles. In perfect conditions, highway driving, moderate climates, gentle acceleration, that might be acceptable. But most drivers don't operate in perfect conditions. Short trips, stop-and-go traffic, cold weather starts, performance driving, and city commuting all break down engine oil faster than the CBS system accounts for. I've pulled oil samples from N20 and B48 engines at 10,000 miles that showed significant fuel dilution, oxidation, and additive depletion. That oil might still look clean, but it's no longer protecting your engine the way it should. If you found this tip helpful, make sure you're subscribed because we're covering BMW maintenance secrets dealers don't share. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. The biggest issue with extended intervals is timing chain wear. BMW's single-row timing chains in the N20, N26, and early B46 engines are already prone to stretch. Run degraded oil and you're accelerating that wear. Timing chain replacements on these engines cost $2,500 to $4,000 depending on labor rates in your area. Here's my recommendation. Change your oil every 7,500 miles or once a year, whichever comes first. If you drive aggressively, tow, or make frequent short trips under 10 miles, drop that to 5,000 miles. Yes, BMW says you can go longer, but I've also seen what happens when owners follow that advice for 150,000 miles. Sludge buildup, clogged oil pickups, and starved rod bearings. Oil is cheap. Engines are not. A quality oil change costs $100 to $150 if you do it yourself, maybe $200 to $250 at an independent shop. Compare that to a $6,000 engine replacement, and the math becomes pretty simple. Mistake number 3. Mixing oil brands or specifications. Some BMW owners think topping off their oil with whatever's on sale at the local parts store is fine. It's not, especially if you're mixing different specifications or brands with different additive packages. Modern BMW engines consume oil by design. The N63, S55, and even the reliable B58 can use a quart every 1,000 to 1,500 miles under spirited driving. That's normal. But when you top off your LL01 approved Castrol with generic 5, W30 conventional oil, you're diluting the protection your engine depends on. Different oils use different additive chemistries. When you mix them, those additives can interact unpredictably, sometimes forming sludge, sometimes losing effectiveness altogether. I've seen oil analysis reports from engines topped off with mixed brands, showing elevated wear metals and depleted anti-wear compounds. The correct approach is simple. Keep a quart or two of your preferred BMW approved oil in the garage or trunk. When your oil level drops, which it will, top it off with the exact same oil you used during your last change. This keeps your additive package consistent and your engine properly protected. And if you're in an emergency and must add oil that isn't your usual brand, at least make sure it meets the same BMW long life specification. An LLL01 oil from a different manufacturer is better than generic 5 FEW W30 that meets no BMW standards at all. Mistake number 4. Using thicker oil to stop oil consumption. This is a mistake I see constantly with higher mileage BMWs. The engine starts using oil, and the owner thinks switching from 5W30 to 10W40 or even 15W50 will solve the problem. In reality, it often makes things worse. BMW engines are designed with extremely tight clearances between moving parts. Thicker oil doesn't flow as quickly during cold starts, meaning your valve train, camshafts, and Vanos actuators don't get lubrication fast enough. Over time, this accelerates wear on the exact components you're trying to protect. Thicker oil also puts extra strain on your oil pump. BMW oil pumps are engineered to move specific viscosities at specific pressures. Force them to pump heavier oil, and you risk pump failure, reduced oil pressure, and inadequate lubrication under load. The N52, N54, and N55 engines are especially sensitive to this. Their Vanos systems rely on precise oil pressure and flow. Run 10W40 when the engine calls for 5W30, and you'll get sluggish valve timing response, rough idle, and eventually Vanos fault codes like P0015 or P0021. Repairs for clogged Vanos solenoids run $800 to $1,500 depending on the engine. If your BMW is burning oil, diagnose the actual cause instead of masking it with thicker oil. Common culprits include worn valve stem seals, clogged PCV systems, or worn piston rings. None of those problems get better with heavier oil. They just get hidden temporarily while the underlying damage continues. Stick with the viscosity BMW specifies. If you're burning a quart every 1,000 miles and everything checks out mechanically, that's often just how these engines operate. Keep the oil topped off with the correct spec and drive on. Mistake number 5. Trusting European formula marketing. Walk into any auto parts store and you'll see oils labeled European formula or meets European standards. Sounds impressive, but unless that bottle specifically lists BMW long life approval, it's just marketing. The term European formula doesn't mean anything concrete. It's not a certification, it's not a standard. It's a phrase oil companies use to make their product sound premium without actually meeting the stringent requirements BMW demands. I've tested oils marketed as European formula that failed to meet LL01 standards in independent analysis. They might have the right viscosity and decent base stocks, but the additive package isn't formulated for BMW's extended drain intervals or high temperature operation. Pour that into your N55 or B58, and you're gambling with components that cost thousands to replace. Real BMW. Long life approval is easy to verify. Look for the actual LL01, LL04, or LL14 designation printed on the bottle. If it's not there, don't use it, no matter how fancy the marketing sounds. Another thing to watch for: oils that claim to meet or exceed BMW standards without listing the actual approval number. Meets or exceeds is legal language that means nothing. Either the oil is approved or it isn't. There's no middle ground. Stick with oils from manufacturers who clearly state their BMW long life certifications. Castrol, Liquimoly, Pennzoil Platinum Euro, Shell Helix Ultra, and Mobil 1 ESP all make properly approved formulas. Read the label carefully and don't let marketing fluff fool you into using the wrong oil. Mistake number 6. Ignoring oil quality for diesel engines. If you own a BMW diesel, like the 328D, X535D, or 535D, you need LL04 approved oil, not LL01. Not diesel compatible oil, LL04 specifically. The difference comes down to sulfated ash content. Diesel engines with particulate filters require low SAPS oils, low sulfated ash, phosphorus, and sulfur. These elements can clog or poison your DPF, leading to regeneration problems, reduced fuel economy, and eventually a $2,500 DPF replacement. I've worked on diesel BMWs that came in for DPF failure, only to find the owner had been using LL01 gasoline oil because it was cheaper or easier to find. That oil might protect the engine mechanically, but it absolutely destroys the emissions system over time. Always use LL04 for BMW diesels, no exceptions. And if you can't find LL04 locally, order it online or visit a BMW dealer. The cost difference is negligible compared to replacing a clogged diesel particulate filter. Mistake number 7, using cheap oil filters. This one's simple but critical. Your oil is only as good as the filter cleaning it. Cheap aftermarket filters use low-quality filter media that doesn't capture contaminants effectively. Over time, those contaminants circulate through your engine, wearing down bearings, camshafts, and cylinder walls. BMW engines generate metal particles as normal wear byproducts. A quality oil filter traps those particles before they can cause damage. A cheap filter lets them pass right through, or worse, the filter media breaks down and releases debris directly into your oil supply. I've cut open cheap filters after 7,500-mile intervals and found torn media, collapsed filter elements, and bypass valves that stuck open. Meanwhile, OEM BMW filters or high-quality alternatives like MAN, Moly, or Hengst show minimal wear and effective filtration even at extended intervals. A genuine BMW oil filter costs $15 to $25. An aftermarket budget filter might save you $10. But if that cheap filter contributes to premature engine wear, you're looking at thousands in repairs down the road. It's not worth the risk. Always use OEM BMW filters or trusted premium brands. Change the filter every time you change the oil, and inspect the filter housing and gasket for damage or leaks during each service. Moving on to the last mistake, and this one can ruin your warranty. Mistake number 8. Skipping oil documentation. BMW's powertrain warranty and any extended coverage you've purchased require documented proof of maintenance. If you develop engine problems and can't prove you've been changing the oil with approved products at proper intervals, BMW can deny your claim. I've seen owners facing $8,000 timing chain repairs get denied warranty coverage because they couldn't provide service records. They swore they'd been changing the oil regularly, but without receipts, invoices, or service stamps, BMW wouldn't honor the warranty. Every time you change your oil, keep the receipt. Note the date, mileage, oil brand, specification, and filter used. If you do the work yourself, save the oil and filter receipts and log the service in a notebook or app. Take photos of the oil bottles showing the BMW long life approval if you want extra proof. This documentation protects you if something goes wrong. It also helps when you sell the car. Buyers pay more for vehicles with complete service records. A well-documented maintenance history can add $1,000 to $2,000 to resale value on higher-end BMWs. If you use a shop, make sure they document everything properly. Ask for itemized invoices showing oil brand and specification, and double-check that they're actually using BMW-approved oil. Some shops cut corners and use cheaper alternatives while charging you for premium service. In the end, protecting your BMW's engine comes down to using the right oil, changing it frequently enough, and keeping proper records. BMW engines are incredible pieces of engineering, but they demand proper care. Cut corners on oil and you'll pay for it, sometimes to the tune of thousands of dollars in repairs that could have been completely avoided. Stick with BMW long life approved oils in the correct specification for your engine. Change your oil every 7,500 miles or less if you drive hard or make short trips. Use quality filters. Keep your oil topped off with the correct product. And document everything. These engines can easily reach 200,000 miles or more when maintained properly, but they'll punish you for using the wrong oil faster than almost any other modern engine on the road. If you found this information helpful, make sure you check out our previous video where we covered how to make your BMW cooling system last forever, because cooling and lubrication work hand in hand to keep your engine healthy for the long haul. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our BMW maintenance guides that can save you thousands in preventable repairs. Take care of your oil, and your BMW will take care of you.